is long division, and we're going to see the different ways that we can represent the remainder. So let us start with this first one that will not have a remainder. So this first one will be 12 divided by 4 equals box. Okay, let's draw up our division thing. Divisor goes right outside, the dividend right here. So first we're going to say 4 into 1, and we know in 1 we cannot get a group of 4, so it's 0 times 0 multiplied by 4 is 0. Then we're going to subtract this 0 from 1. We got 1. We're going to bring down the 2, and now we have a new dividend, which is basically the same thing, but if it were a different number, it would have been different. So 4 into 12 here in a group of 12 things. 12 things. How many groups of 4 can we get from it? So let's count to check it's 4 in the first place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to keep circling groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 3 groups of 12. We're going to put the 3 here. Then we say 3 multiplied by 4 to give us 12. We're going to subtract 2 from 2, 0, 1 from 1, 0. So here we can say that 12 divided by 4 equals 3. This 0 here has no value, so we're not going to write 0, 3. We're just going to write 3. And that would be one example of the long division with a math sentence where there is no remainder. All right, so let's move on to another one. So here we're going to divide 4 into 10. So 10 divided by 4 equals box. So drop our division thing. Divisor goes where? Right outside. And our dividend right here. So we're going to start again by dividing the divisor in the first digit of dividend. 4 into 1 can't. So we're going to put our 0 here. We're multiplying it by 4. So whatever you put up here, always remember as you write it to multiply it by 4. 0 multiplied by 4, 0. So 0 from 1, 1. We're going to bring down this 0, and then we're going to have 10. 4 into 10. Let's check. Let's do 10 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what we need to find out here is how many equal groups of 4 we can get from 10. So let's count off and circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So we cannot get another group of 4. So we have one group of 4. Now we have 2 groups of 4. So we're going to put our 2 here. Then as we write our 2 here, we're going to multiply by our divisor. 2 multiplied by 4 gives us 8. And always subtract. 8 from 10 will give us a difference of 2. Alright, there is nothing more to bring down. So what are we now going to do here? There are 2 things that we can do. What we can do is we can add a 0 here and put a point here to show that we added a 0. When we do such a thing, we're going to say 4 into 20. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now we're going to check to see how many equal groups of 4 we can get from 20. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One group. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 groups, and there are no remainders. So we would put our 5 here. And remember, as usual, when we write our 5 here, we're going to multiply it by the divisor. So 5 multiplied by 4 will give us 20. Always subtract. 0 from 0, 0, and 2 from 2, 0. So here we would have add our response. Remember, the 0 here has no value, so we're just going to write our answer to be 2.5. And this is one way of working a division problem with a remainder. Let us try another way. So let us try to work this one another way. Right? All right, so let's go. 4 into 1 can't, so write our 0 here and multiply by 4. 0 multiplied by 4, 0. Subtract from 1. 0 from 1, 1 time, and then we bring down the other digit. 4 into 10 goes 2 times. We just did it. So 2 times. And we write it here, we multiply by 4. So 2 multiplied by 4 will give us 8. We subtract 8 from 10, 2. So here we have 2 here. 4 now go into 2 because we have nothing else to bring down? Cannot happen. So how we could write our remainder here, we could write it by saying 2 is left out of the 4 because we wanted a whole of 4 and it's only 2 we were able to get. So now here we could write our answer to be, or it could be 2 and 2/4, which when reduced will give us 2 into 2 goes 1 time, 2 into 2 goes 2 times. This will give us 2 and a half. Now, in other lessons, you would have learned that 0.5 is the same as a half. So if you check, you will realize that both of these are equivalent. Let us move ahead to a division problem, a longer division problem, something a little bit more difficult. So we have 142 divided by 3 equals. Let us draw this up. Proceed. 3 into 1 we can't. We write 0 here, multiply it by 3. Will give us 0. 0 from 1, 1. Next thing we need to do is, yes, bring down the other digit. 3 into 14 goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So let us see how many equal groups of 3 we can get from 14. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So we can get 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3. So we're going to write that 4 up here. Remember, 4 multiplied by 3, 12, and then we subtract. 2 from 4 goes 2 times. 1 from 1 goes 1 time. So now we have this, but do we have another digit that we can bring? Okay, so we're going to bring down the other digit, and now we're working with 22. So we need to find out how many equal groups of 3 we can get from 22. So let's draw 22 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, let me just erase this top part here so as not to confuse us. And let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. So let's see how many groups of 3 we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we know that in 22 we can get 7 groups of 3. 7 multiplied by 3 will give us, yes, 21. Let us subtract that from 22. 1 from 2, 1, 2 from 2, 0. And we have 1 down here. So we're going to attempt to see if 3 can go into 1. So we're going to have one thing. Can 3 go into it? No. So how could we write this, given that we would have learned how to represent remainders? Yes, one easy way to write is to write it 1 out of the divisor, which is 3. So we would now get a quotient of, what, this is not significant, so we have 47 and 1/3. So this is saying that in 142 we can get 47 groups of 3 and 1 group out of numbers that could have given us a whole set of 3. So I wanted to point out, though, from one of our previous workouts, because sometimes we work some division questions or division items and we are not connecting it to any real life situation. So sometimes we wonder, how will this help us in real life? Now also it's important to note that while we represent some of our remainders as this, sometimes we cannot represent remainder. So let us see how we can take it in a different approach. Think about this question. Carla picked 10 apples that she would like her friends to share among themselves equally. Now, if it is that when Carla picked the 10 apples, so we're going to have 10 apples here. So she picked 10 apples and she wants her 4 friends to share it equally. Now, if we know about equal sharing, which we're going to do right now, we would know how to do it. So here we have 4 friends. 1 friend, 2 friends, 3 friends, and 4 friends. So we have the 4 friends here. First apple, this friend. Second apple, this friend. Third apple, fourth, give it to the 4th friend. 5th apple, 6th apple, 7th apple, 8th apple, 9th apple, 10th apple. But then the others, it is not shared equally. So what we'll need to do is that we need to take back these 2 apples that we would have given to these 2 friends. And we know that with those 2 apples, we have to do what? We have to share them equally among the 4 friends. So while each friend could get 2 whole apples, we have to share the last 2 evenly. Now, if it's 4 friends, how do you think we'll be sharing 1 apple? Yes, we'll be sharing 1 apple in 4 parts. So that means each friend will get a quarter of this apple. So let us look at this other apple now. Let us cut it into 4 parts again. And that means each friend can get a quarter of an apple. So say for example now, this friend here got a quarter of an apple. This quarter is gone. This friend got a quarter of an apple. This friend got a quarter of an apple. This friend got a quarter of an apple. We have another whole apple shared in 4 parts too. This friend gets a quarter of an apple. This friend gets a quarter. This friend gets a quarter. And the last quarter goes to this friend. And if you can see, you'll realize that all the friends would have the same things. So let us look at it. Each friend had, so it's 2 whole apples and 2 quarter apples. But what can we say about quarter apples? 2 quarters would give us what? 2 quarters will give us a half. So we know that one friend will get 2.5 apples. We looked at this same question before where we divided 10 by 4. And we got 2 different kind of responses. We got a response of 2.5. And this is one such way that we can actually share and represent our responses like this. Say for example, we were saying, okay, there are 10 friends. So we could say Carla has 10 friends and they all came over to visit. She only has 4 tables. So there are 10 friends who came over and she only has 4 tables. How could these persons sit at the table so that each table have the same amount? She has 4 tables. Of course, I'm not a good artist. Okay, another table. Another table. Another table. All right, so here we have 10 friends. This is at least 4 tables. We know that we can always do even sharing again. So we're going to put one person sitting at this table, one sitting at this table, one at this table, another at this table. But this is 4 friends. So let's go again. 2 friends at each table. So let us see how many friends we have seated now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means there are 2 more friends. Is it that, given like how we shared the apples before, could we share up 2 friends and put half a friend here, half a friend here, half a friend here, and half a friend here? Of course not, because we cannot separate our friends in halves. So in a case like this, if we're to work the division in a context like this, 2 of these friends would either be sitting at different tables and these still have 2, or we have a 5th table and have them sit at this 5th table. So not every context, based on the context, not every situation we can divide and have that response as 2.5. Given the context, you have to read and understand the situation presented to know. Thank you guys for joining us. See you next time. Please like and subscribe.